All right, folks, grab the family, buckle up, and get ready for a long day of travel because we headed to Hawaii.
Homeboy can't hang.
Without a doubt, the hardest aspect of this entire trip is the travel. It takes a day to get there, a day to get back. You have between 3 to 6 hours of time difference depending on what part of the country you live in. You have a lot of luggage. You're bringing your family, most likely. You're traveling with firearms. You're hoping to bring meat back. There's just a lot that goes into it, but don't let that scare you away from taking this trip. It is very well worth it. That first day was strictly a travel day. When we got there, we didn't really have time to check out any areas or roost any birds or do anything like that. We had to get there, get the family to the house, go to the grocery stores for food for the week, and just get everybody settled in after that long travel day. And we would just start fresh the next day. I don't know if y'all can hear that lava rock under our feet. It's pretty impossible to stay quiet here in Hawaii. We made it to our first spot. It's basically our first spot because it's really the only place that we could really get to. We're trying to navigate everything in the dark, and so trying to find access has been a little tricky. But found a spot with looked like some decent roost trees. So we're just gonna sit here and camp out till daylight. Just see if we hear a gobble. And then by the time we get out of here, it'll be light enough to navigate other places. Just gonna show y'all what we're dealing with out here. Type of scenery. It is pretty. Very pretty. We're just kind of stopping at just some high points here and there. Just throwing some calls out, see if we can get something to gobble. It's getting to be mid-morning now. We didn't hear anything this morning. At first light, spent the majority of our time just trying to figure out access to a couple places. Finally figured it out, so we're actively looking for turkeys now instead of just trying to find access. So, took my first tumble, stepped off into some lava rock. It was covered up by grass or just whatever else. And I fell like halfway down this hill right here. But it's all good. It didn't solicit a gobble. We explored that whole first unit, didn't find any sign, didn't hear anything, so we decided to switch units completely and just walk and call and just try to stir up something. No shots fired today, but we got closer. We finally got into some sign, pretty good sign. Turkey tracks on top of boot tracks kind of sign. Gobbler tracks. So we got to come off here and get back to the house tonight. We'll probably come back up here in the morning and listen. See if we can't hear something. Because the bird gobbling. I had to wind around, try to circle around, hopefully to where he's at. He hadn't gobbled very much though, just a couple times, but just enough, hopefully, for I can pinpoint him. sounded like he moved farther that way. No, not yet. I honestly doubt he's gonna come up here. Because he sounded like he's just moving down the road there. He's not responding to calls that well.
We circle around and we try to gain some ground on this bird.
He's close. Right here. Here, so you can get down lower so the sun's set on you. Yeah. Yeah. Either got further away or he went down into a dip. Well, we got a little excitement anyway. He's gobbling okay. He's just not ripe yet, I don't think. And he kept getting farther and farther away the last several minutes, so we'll stick a pin on him. May check on him again either later today or in a couple more days. At least we got to set up on one.
Day 2, the day before, was pretty uneventful after that morning, but day 3 started out hot.
Alright, y'all, we switched areas and we got on turkeys pretty quick. Got a handful of turkeys gobbling all around us. Trying to make a move on one. Get uphill from him.
Those birds gobbled pretty good on the roost, but got quiet once they hit the ground. Then we heard another one up the hill from us and decided to make a move on him.
I still hear him somewhere. Wonder if we can drop down out of the wind some. Maybe. He won't answer me back, though. Like, is he hanging out up there somewhere? Is he floating around? He may be down in that little draw right up there. Sitting here somewhere. You can sit up against that tree right there. And I'll get behind you. messed with that bird for 30-something minutes, I guess. He wasn't budging. He'd gobble just every now and then, not answering, but he wasn't answering back. So we'll put a pin on him. Come back and check him later. The turkey's in the area, so we'll just come back and check him in a couple hours or middle of the day or something. Well, as y'all can see, it's windy, and it's actually a little better down here than it is up higher. We drop down into this gorge. We're gonna walk down through here, see if there's a turkey hiding out down here. It is very, very windy. We found a bunch of turkeys and a bunch of turkey sign, but not really since this morning. We keep seeing sign, so they're holed up somewhere out of this wind. We just gotta find them.
We didn't find any turkeys, but we found a couple pigs. After that, we went and hunted another couple spots in a different part of the unit, but didn't see anything or hear anything. And by that time, we decided to come back to our spot from that morning and try to roost a bird.
That sounded more like that way that time. Might have been able to come get down and try to get closer.
We heard a few birds from our listening spot, but they were pretty far away and made it difficult to pinpoint their exact location. Closing the distance was also tough because there wasn't much cover available, but we had a general location for in the morning. It was frustrating, especially since we had struggled to connect by the end of day 4.
Might as well take up deer hunting at this point. Can't even roost a damn turkey.
They eventually got quiet and moved off like they had every other morning. But later that day, we found some fresh sign in a spot out of the wind and decided to put some brush around us and call now and then, hoping they'd return to the area. This bird had gobbled a couple hundred yards behind us, and so we turned on the cameras and just got quiet. Between the brush we put up around us, the bird being so close, and him going into the ditch in front of us, Jason had to wait until the bird came up the hill on the other side for a shot. All the fresh sign we found was on that hillside in front of us, and we didn't anticipate anything coming from behind us, judging by the tracks we found earlier.
He's coming through the ditch. Right down below us, on the left, easy. Easy, easy. There's another one coming up down the hill. It's a hen though, I think. Just hang on, here he comes. You want me to stick his head up? Hang on.
I thought this bird would come around the back of that tree and give Jason a perfect shot, but he did something completely unexpected, and he jumped up on that leaning dead tree.
Hang on. You ready? I'm gonna get him to stick his head up. Kill him. Let's go get him before he gets tore up. Nice shot. That was a Benelli click. I guarantee you. What about it, bro?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Man, I was getting a little worried there for a minute.
The next day, it was my turn on the gun. We went to a different part of the island we hadn't been to yet. When we got to public, we spotted a couple gobblers and hens in a drainage ditch from the road. We pulled the truck out of sight, and I was able to circle around and sneak up on them. And on day 5, I bagged my Hawaii gobbler. Unfortunately, it was raining then, so I had to leave all the cameras in the truck. But once it passed, we dried out my bird and took some photos. And how cool are these lava rock gizzard stones? This adventure came with its own set of challenges. The Rios of Hawaii went silent at Flydown for us, making for difficult hunting all week. We didn't get to call one screaming down the gun barrel, but we still had a blast and filled a couple tags. This wasn't your typical turkey hunt. It's an immersive journey into a land where each moment is painted with nature's most vibrant hues, where the golden sun and gentle trade winds set the stage for one of the most unique adventures imaginable. As you traverse rugged, high-elevation deserts and fields of lava rock under thick grass, you're surrounded by breathtaking scenery that rivals or exceeds what I've seen in Montana or Wyoming. The lush volcanic landscapes create a dramatic backdrop while the sparkling blue ocean whispers a calming melody in the distance. My wife's spark of wanderlust inspired this trip, an idea that transformed into a bucket list adventure for any avid turkey hunter. She wanted to go to Hawaii and figured the only way to get me to go was to let me turkey hunt the whole time. Her vision invited us to embrace the challenges, immerse ourselves in the beauty, and celebrate the vibrant, thriving wildlife that can only be found here. Whether you're a seasoned turkey hunter or just a hunting enthusiast seeking an extraordinary experience, Hawaii's turkey hunting promises an unforgettable blend of challenge, beauty, and adventure. So gear up, grab the family, and let the magic of this island paradise redefine your idea of the perfect vacation.